Hello. Hey, everyone. How are you all tonight? This is day 4 of our LinkedIn Live series where I'm helping women of color land six-figure promotions. I am your fearless host, Latrice Huff, career coach and leadership coach to ambitious women of color. And it is my mission, it is my movement to help women of color be put in positions of power and leadership roles. One way that I do that is that I help women of color land six-figure promotions. Whoop, whoop. And I am, yesterday was like the formal closing, but I am still available for calls if people would like to join the Fearless Branding Formula. That is my signature program that helps women of color like yourself land six-figure promotions and increase your salary by $20,000 to $50,000. Whoop, whoop. And let me add this caveat in roles that you actually like and love, okay? In roles that you can thrive in roles that allow you to have flexibility, be able to spend quality time with your family, and allow you to travel, right? So, if that is you and you're like, yes, I would like this, be sure to book a call with me and we can chat about how I can help you in your career. All right. Let's get started with this topic. You guys, I get this so much. Literally, I was like, I'm just right when people tell me, and they're like, help, Latrice, I'm in a toxic environment. What should I do? I have gotten this, I would say, probably 2 to 3 times a week since I have started my business. Recently though, I would say in like the last 12 months, it has drastically increased the amount of people who come to me about toxic work environments. Y'all, and can we be serious for a minute? Like the toxic work environments, I think is one of the most detrimental things that you could do for yourself is stay in that type of environment. When people say, "Hey, what should I do?" I'm like, this environment has gotten to your spirit so much you don't even see that your only answer is leave. The only thing I used to say, "Oh no, I don't tell people leave their job." And no, 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 no. When things start to impact your spirit, I've seen it when toxic jobs impact somebody's health. They're literally having panic attacks in the parking lot. I had it when people were like, Latrice, on Sunday night, I'm getting heart palpitations. I've seen people like, I need to go to therapy and get on medication simply because of my job. Hear me out. I've seen people like Latrice, I had to go on FMLA because of my job, like that mental stress. And we're going to be real for a moment. Y'all, my people, some of y'all, a lot of us, and I have been in a toxic environment myself where my boss was like up in my face yelling at me. Some of y'all are in abusive relationships with your employers. It's abusive. Like some of the things you all tell me, I'm like, that's harassment. Like this is illegal, unethical. Like it is damn near you're in an abusive relationship and then they'll do something, yell in your face, act a fool, don't give you the credit, steal your ideas, and then the next day praising you, so you figure like, oh, I'm gonna stay for a little bit. It's toxic, it's abusive, and it's damaging to your spirit, and it's just damaging. So i'm gonna I'm gonna just we just got to be honest here, you guys. I'm gonna check the comments because I want some comments. I want you all. And look, here's the thing. If you're like, if you want to put some comments, put some comments. If you want to DM me privately, you guys, you can DM me privately. I get that a lot. It's just so often. Mayoka says, yes, exactly. Y'all, and if you feel like you're in an abusive relationship with your boss or your employer, you ain't even gotta put it out there. You can be like, all right, give me a nod, hit me on my DMs. Y'all know it's true. It's toxic. It's damaging to your spirit. It's damaging to your body. It's damaging to your mind. And the reason you stay is because it has impacted your spirit, your confidence, your mindset so much, you think you can't find anything better. You think that. I have had women making $60,000, $70,000 talking about they got to stay at this job, they making good money, they can't leave, it's got good benefits, they get time off. I'm like, if you got to use the time off consistently for a mental health day, that's a problem. If you're going to therapy because of your boss or your coworkers or your job, that's a problem. That's a problem. If you got to pop a pill and and be medicated to deal with these people, it's a problem. It's a problem. And sometimes we don't even people won't even say it's a toxic environment. They'll just describe it. And I'll literally tell them, I'll be like, that's toxic. Oh, and I'm gonna tell y'all, a lot of y'all suffering from workplace trauma. I'll be like, this was traumatic. You had a traumatic event. That's why you're crying. That's why you're so upset. It was traumatic. And it's okay to say that. It was so bad. And I get this a lot. My current clients, my previous clients, last year in my Fearless Branding Formula, we actually had a speaker, a psychiatric physician's assistant, come in and speak to the group about overcoming trauma as a woman of color in the workplace. I want to say it was maybe in like 2021. I did a like a panel. I had a panel of experts. I had a therapist. I had two therapists on there that specialized in trauma. I had a psychiatric physician's assistant. I had a panel on like how women of color can overcome trauma in the workplace because it's so prevalent. Like now, I have these solutions and these concepts built into my program because it is so prevalent, you guys. Because it's so prevalent. So I'm being honest, you need to leave. I used to be like, I tell people leave that job if it's not even a job, you're in an abusive relationship. And just like any other abusive relationship, what will we do? We have to make a plan to leave. You have to make a decision. You're not going to be in this situation anymore. I'm now, y'all, I'm gonna come out with something called the 2024 pledge. Let me know if y'all trying to be in it, right? Like what are we pledging? What are we doing differently in 2024, you guys? If you know it's different in 2024, you can give me the peace sign, you can give me the deuces. Like, all right, we doing something different. Or yes, let me know. Seriously, y'all gonna see this. I was like, this is the idea. As I was thinking about this topic, I was like, we need to promise ourselves, not just me, but you need to promise yourself that that there is something better for you in 2024 and you're gonna go after it. Right? It's just that that company has made you think that what they're doing for you, no one else will do. It's just because they've impacted your confidence and your self-esteem. Again, I've seen women making $40,000 to $50,000 thinking like they will never make any more because this toxic environment has damaged their spirit so much. I've seen women making six figures who are like outworking themselves to death. I'll never make more than this. But you will, and you'll probably do less work once you leave. Once you leave. Do you know how many times I had women come to me who were already making six figures, feeling stuck in a toxic environment, being worked to death, burnt out, literally can't, like literally blind, inhaling, inhaling toxic fumes from this toxic environment, and like, no, but they're the only place that are going to pay me six figures. And I was like, how is that true if you're making six figures now? You'll probably make more money and do less work. And time again with my clients, that's what happened. Now you know what not to look for. Time and time again, they wind up getting in a role, making more money and doing less work, mostly because we worked on their brand and we worked on their mindset. I helped build their confidence back up. I helped them understand their self identity outside of their role. And if y'all know somebody who needs to hear this, don't be scared. Tag them in the comments. Tag them in the comments because I'm going to call out some people. Teachers, do y'all know how many teachers be calling out to me? And they be like, but I think this teachers and people in academia or education, you all think this is just how it is? No. My people in HR, y'all know we kindred spirits, but y'all be going through it and y'all think this is how it is. It's not. I know people in HR who love their jobs. So we have to leave that mindset behind in 2023 because it's not true. If you taking the 2024 pledge, be like, okay, Latrice, we pledging we doing something different. We promising ourselves better in 2024. Peace in 2024. So, all right, that I was like, I wanted to say that piece. I'm not trying to step on anybody's toes. I'm just trying to make you all aware that you deserve better. Like seriously. And sometimes I know I got to get big sister on y'all. I know I got to go Baltimore, but it's because I care so much and I hear this so much that I'm like, come on, we have to know that we deserve better. So you have to know what your situation is. And let me tell you all, it can get worse. I've seen people stay in toxic situations 15 15, 20 years, not even making good money, doing work, burning themselves out, burning their body out, right? Like, no, 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 no. You don't want that to be you. As soon as you realize that a place is toxic, let's start making that exit plan. Let's make that decision to leave. I get this question a lot of like, what if I've only been there 2 months? Okay. If it, I had a client, she got into this role and she actually hired me to help her be successful in the role, right? It's a leadership role. She's making multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? And about 4 weeks into it, probably sooner than that, I would say by week 3, she was like, I think they lied to me in the interview, right? She's like, By week 4, she was like, they definitely lied. By week 8, she was like, I gotta go. And we got her out of there. And she found a place that was much better for her. But she left within 8 weeks. I think by that ninth week, she was gone. I don't think she made it 9 weeks. And she wasn't supposed to. She realized it was toxic. It wasn't for her. And she had to go. And she had to go. Next thing's like, yes, you are so right. Right? Right? Like, y'all know I'm saying this because it's true and because I love you all. You know this. Y'all know, like, Latrice is looking out for me. All right. So yes, you can leave a toxic environment even if you've just gotten there. Even if you've been there 20 years. Once you decide enough is enough, it's enough. Okay. So here are some practical things you could do. Once I've answered your question, what you should do, right? The answer is leave. We're leaving. So then the next question, people are like, how do I leave? How do I do that? Because a lot of times it's not an option just to up and quit. And I've seen people do that too. And I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you. You got to protect your spirit. But before we get there, right, here's some things you can do. Practical things. One, you need to make a decision and commit to leaving. Commit to leaving. I'm serious. Commit to leaving. If you all are like, all right, I'm ready to take the 2024 pledge to peace. That's what we calling it. The pledge to peace. You can look, put it in there. For all my replay people, if you watching the replay, give me a hashtag replay. For all y'all watching live, give me a hashtag live, right? But we know if we making the pledge, we making the pledge, right? But you have to commit to leaving, not just say, oh, I'm gonna leave, I'm gonna look for another job. Look at the job, have the tabs up. Y'all know I've been there, had the tabs up, but don't apply because you gotta get your resume right. And then be like, you pull your resume up, but you don't never write it because you're too busy working in this toxic job. We're not doing that. And if you need help, if you need accountability, I'm here, you guys. I have a program designed specifically for you to help you get out of that environment and make more money and get a 6-figure promotions, right? I'm going to make sure that this link, my Calendarly link, so you can book a call with me, is in the comments. And I'm also going to make sure that you all have more information about my program. You can go to sixfigurepromotions.com. 6-figure promotion. No, at sixfigurepromotion.com. You can read all about my program. You can see testimonials. You can hear from people who were in toxic environments and then left, and you can still book a call with me and enroll. Okay. But we're making that commitment to leave. We're going to make an exit plan. We're going to make an exit plan, meaning we're actually going to set aside time to update our resume. We're going to set aside time to get an accountability partner. We're going to say, I honestly think you should be setting aside self-care time because your self-identity and your self-confidence have been damaged in this environment. And now you need to build yourself up. That could be talking to a friend. It could be getting a coach or mentor, but you need to do something. I have a lot of my clients, they go on YouTube and they watch like the YouTube TED Talks. They watch like videos on self-confidence, even if it's just 10 to 15 minutes going into work. We have to work on your confidence. And you have to work on your self-identity outside of that role. Outside of that role, okay? Also, in this exit plan, again, we mapping out time. I also want you to think about what you want in your next role and what you don't want. And what you don't want. Okay. Next step, part of this exit plan, I need you to start documenting your accomplishments because a toxic environment will have you working 2, 3 roles and challenging your worth. Like, am I doing this right? Because they complaining. When the whole time you sitting here working 2, 3 roles, you sitting here doing 2, 3 roles. even if you have to keep it in your phone. I'm a huge fan of tracking those accomplishments, tracking, even if it's your task. And in the Fearless Branding Formula, we have a whole program on how to calculate your contributions. And I ask you a series of questions, and that's how we get to it. So even if you're like, Latrice, I don't know right now, fine. Just write down your tasks. Just start tracking it and writing it down. You will even start to be like, wow, I did that much? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Right? Next, I also want you to actually take some actions in that environment. Start I'm going to say two things. Start taking away your personal objects. I remember when I was ready to leave my job, I don't know if they noticed, but I was taking pictures. I had pictures of my kids, everything, like really making it like it was my house. Okay. It was not. It was not. I started removing things. I started just slowly removing things. This ain't my house. This ain't the place I'm about to be. If I'm about to move, just like if you about to move out your house, you're gonna have to declutter, you're gonna have to start packing up. And now is the perfect time. This is December. This is the perfect time, you guys. I sent out an email to my list, to my email list, and I actually did a live about like why you need to be job searching right now. Do not wait till after the holidays. I would not recommend it. That's why I was launching my program. Oh, that's why I was launching my program, the Fearless Branding Formula. I was launching that in December because I do believe you should start in December. You're getting a head start on everybody else. Everybody else is going to start in January after the holidays. You're going to be starting now, even if it's just getting your mind right. But I would start in that office. If you work from home, you're decluttering your office around. Like seriously, start decluttering that space. Like I ain't gonna be here in a few. I ain't gonna be here long, so it ain't no point in me getting comfortable. And again, if you're like Latrice, I want some help. I want some accountability. Go ahead and message me directly, or you can book a call with me at calendly.com/Latrice/FBF. Right? I thought I saw a comment. Oh, I'm looking for a coach mentor for my role. How would I find someone? Well, one, I am a career coach, also a mentor for your specific industry. They always have industry specific. Like associations, and those associations typically always have mentorship programs. And then, honestly, my very first mentor I found on LinkedIn. Like I messaged this guy and he was like, "Oh, I can't be your mentor, but I think you'd be better off with this person." And it was another black female, and she was great. She then introduced me to a coach. Like it was just like it was like, what do you call it? Divine intervention. It was amazing. But I made that decision, and I was like, I'm just gonna put myself out there. So I hope that helps. It's not showing me the name, just that LinkedIn user, but I'll look on my phone and get the name. But yes, you guys, okay? Do you all hear the passion in my voice? Because it's just because I've seen it so many times, and I see what happens when you don't get help and you stay in that environment. It's even dangerous for your family. Like I had one of my client, once we got her out and she was in a role closer to our house, making more money, doing less work, a hybrid role. She was like, I'm at peace. She was like, her fiance was like, he sees her now. She's much happier. I had another client that told me her and her partner's relationship was much better because she wasn't coming home exhausted and depleted. She wasn't complaining as soon as she got home. Everything was different. So I need you all to see sometimes we don't even see what this toxic environment is pulling from us, is doing from us. We think we're leaving things at work, but we're not. That's just the reality of things. We're not. So yes, in that plan, I need y'all to start moving. We need to start. We not getting comfortable. We're not getting comfortable. We taking down pictures. We doing that. Now, what you can put up, what you should be then doing is putting up inspirational sayings. I used to have post-its. I still do, but I used to have a lot more post-its like around my screen. When you're in a toxic environment, you got to give yourself your little confident boost at all times. I would have post-its, things that remind me. Here's one thing that I do recommend my clients get. I use the I Am app. I love that. It has I just pay the fee, but it has affirmations coming to me all the time. But I've told everybody to do this. All my clients is one of the first things they do, and it is free. You can get a lot of the stuff for free, and it just has affirmations just coming to you, right? Things to boost your confidence, help your self esteem, just coming to you. right? That's what I recommend. But all your personal stuff, start packing that up. Start packing it up. If you know you're about to be gone 30, 60, 90 days, start packing up. Perfect time. Now is the perfect time too, because if anybody asks or whatever, you could be like, "Oh, I'm just cleaning. I'm preparing for vacation. It's the end of the year. We're gonna start fresh." Yeah, you starting fresh with a new job. Okay. All right. So I wanted to give you all some practical tips. And here's the thing: get a coach or mentor, like we just mentioned. Again, I have a whole program for you all, the Fearless Branding Formula. And you're not just getting me, you are getting a community of like minded women as well. That's where the power is. In that community piece, that is where the power, because you all are so used to pouring out and doing everything for everybody else. You need to be poured into. Okay, you need to be poured into, because you need to boost up your confidence, you need to boost up your self-esteem. But to commit to leaving, it's some tools, it's some action steps we need to do, but you can do them. And it doesn't have to be as hard as you think. We think it's so hard to leave a toxic environment because we're in a toxic environment and it has damaged our confidence. That's it. It doesn't have to take long. And a lot of times, once you're healed from that toxic environment, right? You're like, oh, what was I even doing there? like it's like the veil's been lifted from your eyes. You're like, what? They was working me to death. Like, all right, they got me, but that's all right. They ain't gonna give me no more. And now you know what to look out for in the next company. So then the next company that you do get into, in that next role, you're making the money you deserve. You're in a great culture, and you're working with people that value you. All right. So that's all I got. And I say you're making more money. I'm looking at my notes, and you're going to be making more money. Because here's the thing: a lot of times, the more money you make, the less you work, right? The less work that you do. Like you still have accountability, right? It's more mental work, but that hardcore stuff, less you're doing. All right. So just to recap, if you are like, help Latrice, I'm in a toxic environment. What should I do? I'm going to say leave. You need to leave. And when you say how, I'm going to say, let's make a plan. What's in the plan? Those things that I mentioned. Committing to leaving is one. Start removing some of those things. Start actively like looking for roles and applying. You have to be updating your resume. Get a support system. Get a coach in a community. Okay. If you all have any other questions, feel free to put them in the comments. Thank you all for watching live. I appreciate it. Hey, Mayoka, Maxine. I got to see who the other person is. It's just telling me LinkedIn Live. But I appreciate you all joining in. If you all are watching the replay, feel free to give me a hashtag replay, and you can still ask any questions, and you can still DM me as well. Again, if you are like, Latrice, I know I need your help. I know I want to work with you. Go ahead and book a call with me, and we'll talk about your goals, where you're at, and getting you into the Fearless Branding Formula. And that link is right here, and it's calendarly.com at Latrice calendly.com/Latrice/FBF. Hey, Tim, I see you. Thank you for joining in. You all are amazing. Have a good night, you guys. Oh, thank you.